Om Sri Shankaraya Namaha, Om Sri Shankaram Shri Mataya Namaha.
Received and submitted my child, and let us continue.
Is everything in life is predetermined? How is Vidiyai Madiyal Velalam applies in life?
Beautiful question. Beautiful question. For understanding this question, we need to understand what is Vidhi and what is Madi, and also we need to understand if everything is really predestined in life with Shankarapada Kripa. Let this answer for this question unfold as a satsang. Predestination always has flexibility. I'll explain. Every day, you all get to work. You begin from your home and you get to work. There are different modes of transport. You can go by train. You can go by a car. You can walk. You can even cycle to work. There are many ways as well. You can take different routes to work. You can take scenic long routes. You can take very short motorways. There are so many routes. Getting to work and being at work at 9 a.m. is predestined. The routes, the mode of transport isn't. Your home isn't. Your home and work are predestined. But the route and your vehicle isn't predestined. Likewise, although the karmas are predestined, sometimes when with the grace of alignment to Lord, if somebody is constantly aligning because of scriptures, because of grades, they can avoid even activation of great karmas. Let me explain. In this, we'll go for the same analogy, so it'll be much easier. Because when you say, for example, it's a half an hour journey from your home to your work. You every day start at 8:30 and you reach there at 9 a.m. In this process, when you start at 8:30 from home and you take your car from your garage, you drive, you reach work. Say, for example, you're extremely aligned with Lord. And say, for example, that day, at one particular day, according to the fate activates. The karmic seeds are already planted, but they activate only dependent on space and time. It activates only dependent on space and time. If you can avoid that, being in that space, in that time, the karma can be not activated. Or if you are in the same space, in the same time, but say, for example, you are in a different state of mind, the karma can be activated very less. So the karmic activation has got many factors applied to it. It is not hard set information like Satyam. It is a very fluid information like our memories. It always floats around. You can erase a memory. A very powerful magnet can erase all the memories of a human. Likewise, even karmas can be erased by the bigger magnet called Ishvara. They can just vanish because they are not set in hardness. They are just fluid. So if, say, for example, that particular day, when you get to work, at one particular point, at 9:57 or 8:57, just before you get into work, we'll go for a very tiny example. This applies for very big karmas as well. You were supposed to get into a disagreement with somebody, and you get into a disagreement with one of your colleagues when you're parking a car. It's to be your boss's boss. It's a very bad situation. And you just say very filthy things badly on you and your boss. If that time, that disagreement, that expression of yours, karma vasana of yours just spilling out, all this needed to happen by God's grace, by Mahatvam of Guru Margam. You'd be caught up in the traffic that day. Rather than reaching work at that 8:57 and parking your car, you would be stuck in the traffic jam. You would still be using all this filthy language. You'll still be in anger because somebody, you stop the traffic, something has happened. But all those things will be happening inside your car. You'll be moaning and mumbling. Nobody else to listen to that. You would have finished that karma. You would have gone to your work. All you would have got is to go and tell your boss that you were delayed because of a traffic thing. And there'll be a tiny reprimand. It's nothing at all. It is nothing at all. Compared to what that karma should have activated as, this activation just becomes something that you'll forget in just 1 month's time. So the karma that has to completely shape your career in a very negative way has just become a tiny, unimportant incident that one can easily forget in a very short amount of time. So when we think about our karmic imprints that humans bring along as prarabdha karmas, we are talking about these seeded in different time zones of a human. When it is seeded, it is seeded. But at that particular time, the space, the time, and the mental state of the person define how much it needs to activate or whether it can completely be made dormant. This making a karma completely dormant happens when the Sharanagati is too great and one is gifted with the physicality, physical vicinity. And once the Sharanagati is so great, the karma can stop activating. If we notice, I'm not going to names, but we had I'll go into the names of Guru Margam Maha Chandrasekhara Saraswati Swami, but I'll not go into the name of the other side of this story. There was once a great politician in our Indian history, and the politician had Swami, our Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada, as our Chandrasekhara Saraswati Swami, requested a tiny favor from this politician for matams to grow, and had sent somebody on behalf of the matams to meet this person in power. And the person refuses to meet, and not only refuses to meet, but disrespects. And a time arrives when there are some a great necessity, and this particular politician visits the southern part of India and wants to see our Swami, Sri Adi Shankara, as Sri Chandrasekhara Saraswati Swami. His Highness does not want to give the darshan, and His Highness chooses not to give the darshan. And Parabrahman can choose anything Parabrahman wants, because one darshan can clear great karmas. And physical darshan of Sakshat Adi Shankara as our Chandrasekhara Saraswati Swami can actually not just reduce the intensity but clear a karma completely. And at that point, His Highness decides to stay behind the screen in the Madham. Imagine this politician had to stop. The representative sent by Parabrahman, our Swami, using all the layers of the official standard, meaning gatekeepers were there, managers were there, personal security were there, and so many layers, but so many doors. But Parabrahman had just one cloth curtain. All the might, all the political power did not have that might to remove that cloth curtain, because that cloth is Mahamaya. So this curtain never removes, and the politician never gets to get the darshan, goes back, and within a few months is shot dead by own bodyguards. Parabrahman asking for that favor was to just save that person. It was never a favor. If Vedas need to grow, and if this is Sakshat Parabrahman, His Highness can easily make Vedas grow. In that process, His Highness wanted to assist. It never happened. The power changed, person changed, Vedas are still growing, nothing is stopped. But that one soul was in the right place, was in the right time, but was with the wrong state of mind. The state of mind had been cleansed. Everything would be possible. For clearing that state of mind and understanding, I am in my office at this particular time when I should be in my office, but here I need to flex because it is Sakshat Lord who has sent me a small message. To understand this, one need to listen to a lot of satsangas, understand scriptures, have to be in the divine zone of understanding the mahatvams of that language of Lord. So for understanding that is the only reason we encourage questions like this. And when the questions are answered, one gets into that mindset to understand actually this Vidhi and Madhi are not as what we understand. Because Vidhi, many meanings of the language is such a profound thing. And ancient languages like Sanskritam or Tamil or too deep. Even languages like English or Germany, every possible language is too deep. And in our Tamil, this proverb is a Tamil proverb, Vidhiyai Madhiyal Vellalam. In that proverb, Vidhi is a word, Madhi is a word, but Vellalam is a word. Vellalam just means you can win it. In that word, it's already the hidden meaning, the hidden revelation there is that there is a war already. Only when there is a war, there is winning and losing. There is a war already. So the war, in the end, in this war, you can win by applying the Madhi. So the war is between Vidhi and Madhi. In this, one of them wins and one of them loses. So according to this particular proverb, this Vidhi is just a information. Vidhi just means that which is a command. It is like, when we make rules, Vidhi is like that rules. So when we are just now talking about the karmic imprints being on somebody and activating at a particular time, all this is preset. That is the Vidhi. That is that command. That is that written rules that have been written in this prarabdha karma for that jiva. And for this Vidhi also applies into a person's conduct, way of behavior. Because karma vasanas make one behave in a particular way. So this karma vasanas applied to what was written for that person develop into a particular way of expression and internalization and analysis in that person. So that person becomes that unique person only because the Vidhi has been applied. So when this Vidhi is applied, and this is called, that is why Vidhi is also, the word Vidhi itself also means Perumal, Sriman Narayana. So when this itself, because this is sustenance, because all this prarabdha karma imprinting on a being in one lifetime is happening in the concept of sustenance. It is written by Brahma, but it is enacted in sustenance. So Vidhi is also Perumal. So it is like the sustenance factor has got many places where this particular karma can activate or deactivate, and how much it needs to activate, the space and time of the karma, the state of the mind of the person, all those things. So this, we can come to a conclusion that is called Vidhi. This predetermined state of expression of a person, because they will have to travel through in this concept of nourishment and activate the karmas that need to activate at a particular point. But Madhi is that which Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada has spoken about. Buddhi vivardhana karanalingam. Madhi means moon. All the Chandrasekhara, our Lord, all the gods and goddesses, most of the gods and goddesses have that moon on them. In imagery, Madhi. Madhi is just that mind. That Buddhi Vivardhana. Buddhi. Vivardhana means dissection of Buddhi. Taking information from different proper scriptures and proper sources, listening to proper sources and dissecting that information and arriving at the Satyam within. Madhi. That is Madhi. Dissection. Buddhi Vivardhanam. Dissection of our entire understanding and intellect and arriving at the right judgment. That is Madhi. So, when one applies this to Madhi, to their existence, they are instantly, the time and the space might not be adjusted greatly, but the state of the being is adjusted greatly. The state becomes very glowing. It becomes like a full moon. The Chaitanyam becomes like a full moon. Like our Sri Abhirami Bhattar, turning the Amavasya into a moon and proving to the entire world that the world that you live in is inside Mahamaya. Today is Amavasya. The world I live in is Nitya Paurnami. And if I can imprint my world once here, you can see that my Devi never wanes or never waxes. Her Highness is always full. And that is the Madi. Madi just means living in the conceptual reality of Lord and breaking oneself clean of this illusionary reality which is gross, and just because one can feel it with the senses, they think that it is real. Actually, it isn't. And this is proved by every great through every miracle. And Sri Abhinami Bhatta, since we are talking about Madi, I've quoted from that particular Grantham, that particular state. And this Madi concept is about being that glow in your jnanam, but yet being very cool. If you notice, moon is something that attracts the light from the sun, but it does not singe anyone. You can land on the moon, you cannot land on the sun. You can land on the moon. So what it means is, although the dissection process, the jnanam, the Vedas entering one, the scriptures entering one, all of that is like the sun. You can't be the sun yet. You need to be a mukta to be the sun. But up until that point, you can receive this Madi and you can constantly glow, because it is that Madi, that what you glow as is so endearing to Lord that Lord picks you up and puts you on the head. That is mukti. That's it. Although one turns into that sunlight, the concept of Chaitanyam, they still want to be the moon at the feet of Lord. Lord puts it in the head, that is a different story. But this concept of this Madi has to awaken in one through extreme amount of learning, extreme amount of scriptures. And this Lord wanting to place those who have finished that existence and have merged into Lord on the head is what is mentioned in the second slokam of Sri Nataraja Patta. I've spoken about it in many places, but it is spoken about in the second slokam. His Highness is spoken about Manada, Maruvada, Madiyada, Vidiyada, Mangai Shivahamiyada. His Highness, they speak about this entire concept. They'll have it in a different satsangam, that Brahma is moving, the Nataraja Tandavam is making Brahma dance, and hence Brahma is in the Undi of Perumal. Perumal also moves. And since Mahamaya as Parvati Devi is inside, Her Highness also, Her Highness's brother's body, Her Highness also moves. And then the Kshira Samudra moves. And every divine entity moves. And then Murugan is on the lap of Parabrahmam, or Shivaperumal moves. And His Highness's, apologies, Ganapati Swami, who is in the lap of Sri Ishvara, moves. And then Jnana Upadesam Kudutundirukra, our Murugan on the shoulder also moves. Kundalas moves, Kirita moves, Jatajuta moves. Only at that point is it mentioned, Jnana Sambandharudu, Indirar Padinettu, Muni Ashta Balarada. Jnana Sambandhar, born as a human, receive the mukti. And after all these move, Jnana Sambandhar is moving, which means Ishvara has tucked them away very safely inside the Jatajutam to keep them very safe. And such is the might of our Lord. Our Lord is so different. When we understand the depth of Lord, it's so different. So this Madi is the concept of constant learning, expansion, absorbing from that sun, which is nothing but our scriptures, and glowing with that knowledge, so that the Vidi itself can be diffused, dampened to a very great degree, or it can be completely avoided. And this is the meaning of this proverb, Vidiyai Madhyal Vellalam. So, hope this will suffice this question. We'll finish this satsangam with Shankara Namasmaranam, and we'll go for the next question if there are any. Otherwise, we'll finish the day. Om Mama Sarvam Mama Guru Shri Adi Shankara Bhagavat Sadhara Viddharpanamastu Shankaraya Namaha.